This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the website building platform that anyone can use to have a website up and running in minutes. Watch until the end of the video to learn more and get access to a special offer. This is Red Panda, and to me, she is a fantastic example of supreme fitness and human performance. More so than any of the fitness influencers currently doing the rounds, because what she can do is amazing. Riding a giant unicycle while balancing bowls on her feet and kicking them onto her head. It's pretty niche, to be fair, but just think for a moment how much practice and dedication this would take, and think of what the body is doing at any given moment. The amount of information processing going on in the body itself, supporting muscles twitching and flexing to keep her balanced, tiny adjustments being made to her posture and speed, and all this happening reflexively so that she can multitask, allowing her hand-eye coordination to ensure she can perfectly track the movements of the plates. It's incredible, and also extremely creative and original. I mean, how do you find out you can do this? How do you even practice it? Did she one day drop a bowl by accident and then kick it onto her head and think, I'm going to make a career out of this? I saw this clip recently, and then I was sent another amazing video by a viewer called Jonathan Armstrong. Jonathan said he was inspired by my training program, Superfunctional Training 2.0, and so dedicated time and effort to pulling off this amazing feat. That is, performing a pistol squat while also spinning a basketball on one finger and juggling with his other hand, putting me completely to shame on my own channel, quite frankly. Honestly, it's an honour to have inspired this in any way. This showed me again just what any of us are capable of when we put our minds to it, and it really inspired me to reflect on the kinds of fitness feats I personally find truly impressive. So thank you, Jonathan. Go check him out on Instagram. I think he's planning on working on more of these fitness feats very soon. Ever since I can remember though, I've been fascinated with displays of incredible human performance like this. A formative experience for me as a kid was going to see the Pirates show in Magaluf. Let me know in the comments if you saw that. Although the theme was pirates, the real draw was the incredible hand balancing and acrobatics. To me, these guys were like real-life superheroes. I was blown away by Cirque du Soleil when I saw them in Vegas. I love dance routines like Diversity, and I used to love watching old parkour and tricking montages on sites like Urban Free Flow. I even submitted a few of my own. When I was about 14, I became obsessed with Jackie Chan. I'd save up my pocket money to buy the films from Hong Kong legends, and then watch fight scenes over and over again. It was never just about him being the best. He never just did like a sequence of incredible flips. He wasn't as agile as someone like Yuan Biao. What really had me hooked about Jackie Chan was his sense of rhythm and timing, and the creative way he'd incorporate parkour and stunts and everyday objects, his clever choreography, and the various other skills he'd demonstrate. It was mesmerizing, quite frankly. To be honest, I've never understood why more people don't seem to share my obsession. Everyone is fawning over these insanely jacked-looking guys who, let's be honest, are very often using PEDs and are actually in terrible health, and they can't really do anything. All these people who can lift really heavy things, under certain circumstances, in particular ways. I'm not saying it's not impressive. It statistically is. It's just a bit dry, you know, a bit limited. There's only so many times I can watch someone pick something up, especially compared to the creativity and finesse of someone like Red Panda. The human body is capable of so much more. She's displaying a combination of balance, of strength, endurance, timing, hand-eye coordination. She's demonstrating so many different traits all at once, all working in tandem towards a single objective. This is what I've tried to explain in previous videos. We don't use strength and endurance and balance in isolation. You're never just using strength or just using endurance. You're always using a combination of them. When you can do this at a high level, when all those traits are elevated, we can accomplish unbelievable things. And when they're all working in unison like this, the result, in the meantime, is just better overall health. The awesome thing? PEDs would help entirely not at all if your aim is to pull off a stunt like Red Panda's. And this is what I mean when I say steroids don't really help performance. They make you jacked and strong at a terrible cost, and that's it. Big whoop. It infuriates me to no end that a lack of understanding results in us looking up to entirely the wrong people, even if those same people might have seriously damaged their health, and even if they get out of breath climbing the stairs. We don't recognise real strength and performance when we see it. This is what I discussed in my previous video, which this video is intended as something of a follow-up to. When you measure your success by only a single metric, it leads to self-destruction. It means letting all your other stats fall by the wayside. It means taking increasingly extreme measures to keep pushing that single stat, whether it be strength or aesthetics. I'm not hating on influencers like Sam Sulek here, by the way. I think what he and others have achieved is very impressive. But I'm concerned about this being the blueprint for what a fitness influencer should look like, and therefore, a blueprint for fitness. It's not fitness, it's bodybuilding, which is a sport that can be very healthy, but becomes damaging as we chase extremes. This is not something young guys should be striving towards, and sadly, trying can even be lethal. That should kind of be the first sign that this isn't truly health and fitness. Now, it's not for me to tell you who we should look up to, but I would like to present some of my suggestions for the kinds of people we could consider as positive, aspirational figures in fitness. People that I think have truly inspirational fitness. My first nominee, Sporticus, also known as Magnus Shaving. And to be fair, he's been enjoying a little bit of well-deserved attention online lately, with videos popping up featuring him, including an excellent video by Batguy, and even a VS video by Screw Attack. Magnus Shaving is an Icelandic former athlete who became a champion in aerobics after making a bet with a friend that he would master a sport of the friend's choosing. Kind of an insane flex. Magnus then went on to write and star in the show Lazy Town, playing the character of Sporticus and inspiring kids to get into fitness. Sporticus is a hero who gets his strength from eating fruit and vegetables, and who pulls off incredible moves based on Shaving's real-life aerobics routines, including handstands, planche push-ups, flips, and a wide variety of push-up variations. He undoubtedly inspired countless kids to take up fitness. And, as well as being a champion athlete, he's also a writer, actor, and architect/carpenter who built his own house physically laying every brick himself. Now, the kids of today might look at Sporticus and think he's a bit quaint compared to the roided-out monsters on TikTok. But they couldn't be more wrong. What someone like Sporticus represents is actual fitness, which shouldn't look extreme. He promotes a healthy lifestyle, eating well, exercising, and having fun, and says that even treat food has its place, which is such a refreshingly grounded take. He doesn't walk around at 5% body fat covered in back acne.
If I was eating something that was not healthy, people would look at me and say, why are you eating this? You should be healthy. But I always said back, it is about balance. It's basically about that to be always just healthy, I'm not sure that is healthy. And to be always unhealthy, I'm not sure that is healthy. I think everything is about balance.
But he can do planche push-ups that look almost like CGI, after already doing sequences of explosive push-ups and star jumps. Today he's in his 60s and he looks incredible for his age, and he can still be seen pulling off unbelievable moves. Many of the influencers doing those insane deadlifts today are going to experience extremely poor health as they age, if they even make it to 60. We shouldn't be impressed by extremes. And I've always thought this about edgy characters in films and anime too. Everyone gravitates towards the edgy anti-heroes like Vegeta, the Punisher or Shadow because they act tough and badass. But the pure characters like Goku, Captain America and Sonic, they manage to do all the same stuff but with a smile. Isn't that more badass? Shaving has the skills, but he doesn't have the desperate need for validation, driving him to destroy his body. And speaking of older fitness icons, check out Jackie Chan today. His most recent film, Panda Plan, was a return to action comedy, and he's still climbing up piles of boxes, jumping through ladders, and pulling off insane fight choreography. Sure, he's much slower than he used to be, and you can see where he's used wires and doubles, but he's still doing far more of this himself than he has any right to be doing at his age. They're already working on the sequel. He's going to be doing this stuff at 90. But in terms of fitness and movement and health, what an absolute icon. And again, he does it all while smiling. What you might also know is that Jackie was already 44 when he broke into America with Rush Hour. He was 41 in Rumble in the Bronx and 47 in Rush Hour 2. Keep that in mind as you watch him doing handsprings over these chairs. So many people still act like you can't be in great shape over 40, like you have to slow down, like doing a handstand push-up or learning a new skill is off the table. Jackie Chan smashes those assumptions like he smashes boxes with fish in the PS1 game. And his combination of speed, mobility, strength, body awareness and creativity are off the charts impressive, and he promotes a healthy lifestyle through his films. Fun fact, Magnus Shaving actually appeared in the Jackie Chan film The Spy Next Door and went toe-to-toe with Jackie. Then you get idiots saying things like Jackie Chan doesn't know real martial arts because he wouldn't win in MMA. It's so brain dead, and again, it's completely missing the point of martial arts and of real high performance. He was my absolute hero as a kid. The Pioneer would not exist today if it wasn't for Jackie Chan.
And now, here is the man who will show you how to feel better, look better, Jack LaLanne.
Good morning. Happy Monday morning to you. Thanks very, very much for letting me come into your home.
And there are others like this too. Jack LaLanne, through the 50s and 60s, would inspire people with his LaLanne push-ups and his impressive fitness feats. He preached a well-rounded, healthy lifestyle via the Jack LaLanne Show. There he would inspire viewers to use basic objects they had around their home for fitness, things like chairs. LaLanne invented many exercise machines, including the leg extension and Smith machine. He popularised the jumping jack and was well known for his show-stopping LaLanne push-ups, performed on his fingertips with his arms stretched out over his head.
This is the original leg extension machine, and you can see it's all handmade, all hand-hammered, and this was made in Oakland, California in about 1936.
At the age of 70, while handcuffed, he towed 70 boats and 70 people a mile and a half. Apparently, he once did 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 pull-ups in an hour and 22 minutes. But his fitness message remained attainable and inclusive. Jack often said that if he were to die, it would ruin his image. He did die in 2011, aged 96, of pneumonia. He was doing his daily workout the very day before. It's sad that watching some of his clips now seems a bit old-fashioned, isn't it? But that's my aim for this channel. I'm not going to compare myself, of course, to someone like global superstar Jackie Chan or aerobics champion Magnus Shaving, but I do want to promote the same kind of message: general all-round fitness, health before aesthetics, a balance between strength, speed, endurance, mobility, and mental health. And a healthy attitude to go with it all, not pushing extremes, but being creative and expressive through the body and what it can do. If the Pioneer can inspire a fraction of the people that someone like Sporticus has done, then it's all been worth it. You know who else is really inspirational, actually, is Elaine LaLanne, Jack LaLanne's wife, who's still around and is still demonstrating exercises on YouTube well into her 90s. Just super inspiring stuff. And I'd also like to point out that there are a lot of people already doing this sort of thing on YouTube if you know where to look. You look at someone like Daniel Vadnal doing impressive, extremely impressive bodyweight movements, sharing that information, talking about, how to improve joint pain and things like that, thanks to his physio background. You've got people like Hybrid Calisthenics. Hampton, he's the nicest guy in the world, brings extremely positive energy, and he also can do a ton of really cool stuff. You watch his pistol squats, he makes it look so easy. Again, it's just actual healthy fitness. Of course, there's Jack's Blade, who I think shares one of the most positive and healthy messages in YouTube fitness, and who, like me, tries to find inspiration in movies and comics and games. There's the bodyweight warrior, Tom Merrick, also brilliant, and tons others that I'm forgetting. And if you know where to look on YouTube, you can also find like a bunch of hidden people who are doing awesome things. There's Stone Circle, of course. I found this guy on YouTube, I Am Longevity. He's in his 60s, I think he's 60. He moves like a panther, and I'm really interested in learning more about what he has to offer. So, I just think that this is the legacy that we should be inheriting as fitness content creators on YouTube. Not trying to push and build as much muscle as humanly possible, but trying to encourage longevity and energy and cardio mixed with strength and performance, the things that will make your life actually better and longer, so that you can feel better for longer, so you can do more, and sharing that in a non-competitive, inclusive manner. To me anyways, that's what real fitness is. And I think that conflating fitness with bodybuilding and powerlifting and CrossFit and all these other sports, which are very impressive in their own right, is the mistake. We're not looking at the extremes in any one area. We're looking at a balanced, all-round performance profile that fits with a healthy lifestyle and encourages a healthy lifestyle, or at least that's what I really want to do. And if you'd like to start exploring some of these ideas, then you can check out the other videos on my channel, or you can check out my ebook and training program, Super Functional Training 2.0. It's designed to help you train in just this way, not only for aesthetic muscle, but to be able to use that muscle and your endurance and your mobility to jump, run, climb, and perform cool moves so that you can explore your own potential and expression. But either way, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to let me know in the comments who your fitness inspiration is. And bye for now. Squarespace is the website building platform that helps anyone to build a website in no time at all. You can have a fully functional website operational in minutes with zero coding knowledge required. You can do this by choosing from one of their ready-made templates and then customizing them to your heart's content. Or by using their AI tools to build something from scratch, exactly to your specification. From there, it's extremely easy to add features. There's search engine optimization to help you appear at the top of Google, so more people find your site or business. There's appointment scheduling, so you can book appointments with clients. There's a fully integrated commenting system with threaded comments, replies, and likes. Social media integration, gated members-only content for more revenue opportunities. Anything at all you can think of, basically, to make your site fully functional, or super functional, whether you're a small creative or a big business. In fact, many of the biggest brands on the web are powered by Squarespace. If you want to find out more, then go to squarespace.com, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Bioneer, and you'll get 10% off your first domain or website. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Thanks again to you guys, and bye for now.